Hello you guys and welcome back to TayTayz-World. This is post-engagement. For those of you who don't know, Bergie and I are in a long distance relationship, but that will be coming to an end here shortly. He's in physical therapy school. I'm kind of in the right mindset to sit and chat with y'all. It's about my whole weekend. I thought I'd give some ring details and then talk about the actual engagement itself. If you don't know who I am, my name is Taylor Smith. I was on Love Island season 5 USA. My Love Island experience was a little bit different than Bergie's. I was a Casa Amor girl and he was an OG. So I came in way later. I really went into that experience with an open mindset, but not putting too much pressure on myself, which I feel like is the best way to go into that type of environment. It is a chaotic world. You have cameras in front of you. So I was kind of on the low-key nonchalant season, which I honestly am really happy about, because if I went on season 6, or if I got that level of fame of season 6 Islanders, season 7 Islanders, I don't know if I would be here today. Like, I feel like my life would be totally different, and to some extent I'm kind of glad I'm in that like happy medium middle. You get to watch prior to you going into the villa up until the point that you go in, but there are some points that maybe you don't see because you're filming and doing your intros. So going in, it's like you don't know who could still be in the villa or who left, which in my case, when I was turning in notes to production, had Bergie on my top 3. We had to turn in notes after every episode of saying who your top 3 is, why do you like them, what your interests are, why do you think that you would be a good fit for them, what drama would you stir, what would you do in this situation. Like, it was basically turning in like homework assignments. From day 1, I chose Bergie. He was someone who was on my list. And I went into that experience to find someone who is completely opposite of who I normally go for in the real world. And throughout my interview process, I was telling different casting people, I cannot go for my average F-boy. That hasn't worked out for me in the past. I want to go into this completely just different. Honestly, when we first met each other, it was more of like a brief introduction. I didn't talk to him for 3 days and I was in that villa. I talked to everybody else, got to know everybody else. There was finally a time where he pulled me for a chat and we were in, I think it was Wish You Were Here. And we were talking about Guardians of the Galaxy, Star Wars, different interests. We had a lot of similar interests. It was kind of crazy because that first conversation was like, wow, this is someone who I feel completely comfortable with. I feel no pressure into jumping into something so quickly. It was honestly the most seamless conversation I could have ever had with anyone in that villa. It was very organic and natural, and that was exactly what drew me to him. If you guys did watch Love Island season 5, we came in 3rd place. I can't even explain, because he's someone that's just so genuine, so authentic. Your true Midwestern guy that just wants to find love. Had no experience with women and dating, and honestly, he was my first boyfriend. I was his first girlfriend. But now at this point in my life, talking about it, it's like, holy crap, we've come so far. And there's just so much that I want to tell you guys with my whole engagement that happened this weekend. I was expecting, but my suspicions weren't right. Bergie planning this magnificent trip to Fredericksburg. If you guys don't know, I live in McKinney, Texas, and he loves Fredericksburg because we went there for our 6-month anniversary. He coordinated and planned private tastings, these crazy experiences that you just really wouldn't get if there's no intention behind it. Once Bergie flew in, which was an absolute shit show, our gorgeous Texas weather had just taken a turn on us. For Fredericksburg, I literally only bought dresses, and now it's supposed to be really thunderstorming and raining. Friday was the actual day he was going to propose to me. So it kind of screwed up his plan too. And the thing was, I definitely had my tingling senses. He sent me our itinerary and I'm like, why are we going to a winery at 11 a.m.? Like, that's so sus. I've seen Bergie so type A in my whole freaking life. Like, this is the most type B person of, yeah, we'll just go with the flow. We'll just figure it out. we'll just figure it out. This wasn't the weekend. He was on the vibe of let's just figure it out. We drove up to Fredericksburg Thursday night. We stayed at these beautiful wine barrel cabins. As y'all know, the rain was just not letting up and our plans had to switch. It was very much a whole backwards itinerary. Friday, we ended up going to Slate Theory, which was honestly perfect. Beautiful cave underground tasting. So I had to literally pivot my outfit. I had to be in a jean jacket, jeans, and then cowboy boots, which outfit still ate. I was literally transferring from winery to winery in my shower cap. And I just prayed to God, please don't let this man propose to me in cowboy boots. I will freak. I will literally have the most meant TV you could ever, like, it's gonna be white chicks on steroids. We did the winery. We put this whole ambiance and experience together of us wine tasting and going to put Blake to bed. I need to stop saying that. We're not putting a rhino to bed. We're helping a rhino get ready for bed. So basically what that experience looked like is we put out his toys, we gave him food, we kind of learned a little bit more history about the rhinery, which was honestly such a beautiful experience. They fundraise money for different conservations that go directly to these endangered species. So you're kind of drinking with intention and sipping with a cause. Helping the rhino get ready for bed was such a cute experience. Beautiful steakhouse. Phenomenal food. We got the tomahawk, kung pao calamari. They give you a complimentary Capri salad. We got a bottle because I knew he was pissed. I obviously know I'm getting proposed to this weekend. I just don't know when. I was really glad that he did not pop the question on Friday, and I knew he knew. It's like, he just knows me. A man who knows his woman knows not to propose when she's in cowboy boots. And honestly, if you want to be proposed to in cowboy boots, power to you. I just wanted to be a good weather, honestly. On Saturday rolled around, we woke up in our wine barrel cabin. Bergie actually put together a private golf cart wine tasting. We got to see the full production and the behind the scenes of what goes into making the wines. We went to Augusta Vineyards, which was so gorgeous, overlooked the terrace. We got lunch on the terrace, and I was like, oh, maybe this is the day. Maybe he proposes to me this day. I mean, it was literally the most gorgeous freaking setting. We were overlooking the vineyard. We had country live music. I go, man, this would be actually perfect if he popped the question here. It's a gorgeous day. It's vineyards. We're sipping wine. I was like, this is going to be it. He's going to propose here. And then, you know, blue balled. Didn't happen. And you know what? I was like, okay, at this point, now I'm getting pissed because this man flies home tomorrow. We have a 5-hour drive, which is basically half our day before his 7 p.m. flight. So we had to leave early in the morning. He did tell me Thursday, you know, I had a special surprise for you. I hired a photographer knowing that you wanted to get couples photos. So couples photos was supposed to be on Friday, and obviously it rained. Glad he mentioned that to me, because I was like, oh, okay, now I know that there's a photographer. Like, he wanted to end the weekend with like cute couples photos, which this is super thoughtful. This is the most intentional thing that someone has ever done for me. When he told me that, I was like, you know what? It's okay, because this is a phenomenal weekend. I'm having a phenomenal time. And after our time at Augusta, he literally booked us a spa day, a couples massage spa day. I'm like, I couldn't have had the most perfect engagement weekend without knowing it was my engagement. We went to the Hill Country Herb Garden Spa, which was a gorgeous spa. They greeted us with Tattinger champagne, a charcuterie board. Just had the most luxury experience. It was honestly the best time to just decompress, reset, because every time we are together, it's just go, 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 go. We're either doing content for some location, which we don't mind doing content because who doesn't love free shit? You know what I mean? Okay, he's definitely not proposing at the spa. That would actually be my real 13th reason. This amazing couples massage. We went in the sauna. We got to kind of roam around the spa. They basically gave us the whole relaxation room, which was set up with eucalyptus scents, humidifiers, and just an organic experience. You had plants, lights, your lemon water. After this experience, a nice disconnect just with our whole chaotic weekend. Okay, you know what? let's go to dinner and let's have just a phenomenal night and wrap up our weekend. We went to Main Street. There's this Italian restaurant called Alla Campagna. We got some wines. He got an espresso martini and I got this pork ragu pasta, and then he got this shrimp fettuccine. So authentic. The food just tastes fresh. It's delicious. Going into Saturday night, I kind of was at the sense of like, okay, it's not happening this weekend. We have a quick couples photo shoot tomorrow. I thought the intention behind this whole weekend was just solidly based off of him treating me like a queen and a princess. Woke up on Sunday, was like, you should wear your long dress for Signor. I think that would be really pretty for our couples photo shoot. We got to Signor, and the best thing about this day was Signor let us on their grounds before they had even opened. So we got to kind of have the winery to ourselves. We are literally the only people here. We met the photographer right in front of the arch before you go into like their little market at Signor. It is the most aesthetic winery. It gives like farmhouse, garden. Once spring hits and those pink flowers bloom, that arch is just so stunning. And that's exactly where he did my proposal. Once we got positioned and Allison was kind of set up my phone so that way y'all can get video footage, she goes, all right, I'm gonna have you guys start off by holding hands. And then we did some like kind of close together. And we did that for about 10 minutes. Like, okay, he could propose here, but I also was like, Taylor, you gotta get this out of your head. It's just not happening. She was like, actually, I wanna get a cool shot of you guys just kind of close together holding hands. And that's when he did his speech. When he got on his knee and he opened that ring box, I was completely just utterly in awe of the ring that he chose. This gorgeous ring. I fell to my knees. I couldn't even fathom words. I was so shocked and happiness and joy that I was like, oh my God, I literally cannot believe this. It was such a special moment. I'm sure the photographer, Allison, has like 1,000 photos of our engagement album of me just bawling my eyes out. He couldn't have done it the most authentic, genuine way. And that's what I loved about this proposal. I actually told him, I was like, I don't want cameras around. I don't want a crazy collab. Like, I want this to be like, when you get engaged, you only get engaged once. Well, I shouldn't say that. There are people that get engaged multiple times, but when you get engaged, you only want to get engaged just once. Something that I told Bergie prior to us even getting engaged beforehand. That's a special moment that we get once in our life. I don't want any TV people around. I don't want us to be mic'd up. I don't want it to be any sort of cringy collab. Shane Company, which is a jeweler in Minnesota, reached out to help him with the process, but they didn't comp the ring for me. Like, he paid for my ring. And he was like, no, I want to have a play in your ring. I want to be able to save up for it. I want to be able to go purchase it. I want to be able to be like, book my bank account. He's like, I want to go through all the emotions. And he went with a spellbound diamond pave engagement ring with a radiant cut on top. I believe I have the claw prong. It is a rose bound diamond decorative halo, hidden halo. And the best part that makes this ring so sentimental, he actually engraved the inside of my ring that says always and forever to tie in this gorgeous, timeless, elegant ring. I absolutely love it. A literal showstopper on my hand. I was actually shocked. And when I tried on different sizes, when we went to go try on rings, I tried on a 2 carat, a 3 carat, and we went all the way up. But like, and I told him, I was like, I'm gonna be happy with whatever you give me. Either way, I'm gonna have a ring on my finger. You could give me a 1 carat for all I care. I'm gonna be grateful because I'm engaged. And he said, go big or go home. That is the details of my ring and just how the whole engagement happened. I definitely wanna give y'all more of just my whole bridal era. Please like and subscribe this video. And there's so much that goes into wedding planning. Also, there's so much that I feel like I can just sit and chat with y'all about. And if you guys like these videos, let me know. If there's things that you all want to see, let me know. Leave them down in the comments. All right, guys. Bye. See you next time on TayTayz.